More than 175,000 tech workers have reportedly been laid off so far in 2026. Meta, LinkedIn, Amazon, Microsoft, Cisco, Oracle, the list keeps growing. Maybe your company hasn't been affected yet, maybe it has. Either way, your team knows what's happening, they're reading the same news, and they're watching the same LinkedIn feeds. They're asking quietly, often without saying out loud, "Am I next?" Now, what do you do as a leader in this moment will define the kind of team that you will have on the other side of it. Here's 3 things that I've seen best managers do differently and the lessons that I've carried with me ever since. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Teresa and I'm a leadership and career coach based in Melbourne, Australia. On this channel, we explore practical strategies and tools to help you lead with clarity, influence, and with confidence and growing in your professional career. Now, if that sounds like you, make sure you subscribe to this channel. When a layoff wave hits, even when your team isn't directly affected, trust in leadership drops, motivation drops, your best people starts quietly updating their LinkedIn profile because your best people always have options. And if you don't act deliberately, you will lose the people that you most need to keep, not to the layoff, but to their own exit decision. Now, the instinct most managers have is to minimize this, to reassure, to say, "Hey team, our team is safe and is fine," and move on quickly. I understand why. You don't want to spread anxiety and you want people to feel stable and keep working. But here's the uncomfortable truth. False reassurance is more dangerous than honesty uncertainty. Now, people can tell when they're being managed rather than led. And in a climate like this one, being managed feels like being protected from information that you deserve to have. And that erodes trust faster than almost anything else. The leaders who come out of this period with strong, loyal teams are not the ones who minimize what was happening. They're the ones who name it, stay honest, and made it safe to be uncertain. The first lesson is what I call naming the elephant. When layoffs are happening in your industry and your team hasn't heard anything officially from you, they assume the worst. Silence doesn't feel like safety. It feels like withholding. And teams that feel like they're being protected from information stop trusting the person protecting them. I worked with a director who managed a product team at a company that had just watched 2 close competitors announce rounds of cuts. Her instinct was to wait until she had something more definitive to say before bringing it up. She didn't want to cause unnecessary anxiety, so she said nothing for 3 weeks. In those 3 weeks, 2 of her best senior product manager had accepted offers elsewhere. Not because they were definitely going to be cut, well, they weren't, but because the silence had already told them something. It told them that their leader didn't really trust them with what she knew. Here's what naming the elephant looks like in practice. You call it out explicitly. You say something on the lines of, "I know you're seeing what's happening across the industry. I want to talk about it openly." You share what you know, including the limits of what you know. Here's what I've been told. Here's what I don't have clarity on. Here's what I'm doing about it to get more information. You don't have to have all the answers. You have to be willing to be in this conversation. And the most powerful sentence a manager can say right now is, "I don't know yet. I'm not going to pretend otherwise." The second lesson is what I call protecting what creates safety. Safety for your team is not the absence of bad news. It's the presence of things that makes them feel valued, capable, and worth keeping. And those things are almost always invisible sometimes. So there are 3 things that creates genuine stability for high performance in uncertain times. 1 is recognition. Does my leader notice what I'm contributing to? 2 is development. Am I still growing, or has the uncertainty put everything on hold? And clarity. Do I know what matters most right now? Or is the organization too anxious to give me any real answers? Most leaders in a downturn accidentally strip all those 3. They go quiet on recognition because they're just managing up. They pull back on development conversations because everything just feels really contingent. And they become vague about priorities because the direction from above is vague. Here's a discipline for you. In those moments when you feel least like doing any of those things, they matter the most. Specifically, timely recognition still needs to continue. A genuine investment conversation on people's development still needs to continue. A clear answer to what does good look like this quarter, even if the longer horizon is uncertain, still needs to continue. These are not soft extras. They are reason your best people decide to stay. Your high performers are not leaving because the market is hard. They're leaving because in the hardest moment, they stop feeling seen. The third lesson is what I call the resilient manager signal. There's a widely circulating idea right now that the managers who prove they can ship with smaller teams are the hardest to cut. Although I agree with that, but I want to extend it further because I think shipping with less isn't only half of the answer. The other half is this. The managers who are remembered after a downturn are the ones whose team stays together. Think about what that signal to an organization looks like. When everyone else's team is fragmented, anxious, and just quietly deflecting, a manager who runs through a layoff wave with their team largely intact and still motivated, still performing, that is one signal about something fundamental. It's a signal about trust, about communication, about the ability to create stability when there is none above you. This is the highest leverage thing you can demonstrate as a leader right now. Not just that you could do more with less, but that your team chooses to be there even when they could leave. That is not a soft leadership outcome. It is a hard competitive signal and resilience. And it starts with a decision that you make in the next few weeks, in the conversation that you probably tempted to avoid. So here's what I want to leave with you. A layoff wave tests everyone, but it tests the leaders the most. Because when you do, there's no playbook. When the information is partial, when your instinct is to reassure rather than be honest. That's what tells your team who you actually are. So the 3 lessons here are: name the elephant. Silent feels like withdrawing. Protect what creates safety, recognition, development, and clarity matters the most when they're hardest to give. And remember that resilient manager signal. It's not just about shipping, it's about keeping the team together. The question I want to leave with you is, when your team looks back on this period, what will they say about how you showed up? The answer is available to you. It's in the conversation that you choose to have this week. If you find this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. And share how you're navigating in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.